All right! It's show 2! And I tell you, I'm happy! You know what's funny, though? What's funny is I'm looking at the screen and those crappy cowgirls, the cow patties, are beating the Eagles. That's funny. That's funny to me. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate if you're on this broadcast, share it up. Share it up. Because if you didn't get a chance to get in on the other show, do it now. You're probably wondering why I'm dressed up. Okay. You're also probably wondering why I'm an hour behind. Well, I'm telling you this. I have been fortunate enough, get my vest up squared away here. I've been fortunate enough to be asked to do that show I was talking about on Facebook with Violator, Raider Homer, and of course SportsX Radios and KDon Sportscaster Ken Thompson. No, it's not necessarily a time change, but here's the deal. If it's a 1 o'clock game, I'm going to do like I did today. I'm going to have a show after the game, and then I'm going to have a show approximately, and I say approximately, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. The reason why is this. I'm doing that show with Ken and Violator and Homer, and we tape it. And then it gets edited, and then it gets pushed out. And I'll be dressed just like I am now. So I want to make sure that I'm ready for that show, because I will be on that show. I will be in my garb, my uniform. And we are doing it. We are doing it as far as the taping about 9:30ish Eastern time Sunday night-ish. So I will be doing my show, my normal show. I'll have 2 shows if we have an early game like we had today. I'll do a show early and I'll do a show at night, because some people can't join us for both. But that's fine. Now, the other thing is this, and I appreciate everybody being here. Let me see who's in this call. Okay? I want to make sure I give again, Vicky, thank you, honey, for being here. Vicky was like, did I miss a show? No, Vicky, you didn't miss a show. I wouldn't want to have you miss a show. The bishop, not the elder, not pastor, not anything else. Raider Rev to me, and only me. But the bishop, AJ Brahue, is coming to us for the second time tonight. Thanks again there, AJ. Good seeing you. G Mike is here from Misery. Robert Hawk, thanks for being here. And if you're here and you like what you see, you can do a couple different things. First off, I want to thank Vicky. I love Vicky. And I thought I saw her earlier, I love Val. Love me some Val, love me some Vicky. Love my V's. Obviously, thumbs up are nice. I appreciate that. And again, there's also that little dollar sign down below. I just have to let you know it exists. I don't hawk it. But it's a way for you, if you guys like what you hear, like what you see, and if we have like guests and stuff like that, if you like what you see in here, it's a way to kind of support me. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. You being here supports me. Matthew 72007, thanks for being here as well. Ed Winchell is back. Thor is back. V-Dub. And V-Dub has given me tips as far as with that super chat thing. Thank you there, V-Dub. And Robert Hawk is in Ohio, in the backyard. It was great to see that. And there's my Val. I love my Val. Love my Val and my Vic. I do. I love them. And did I miss anybody? No. Okay, I'm pushing it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Raider Savage. Raider Savage is here. Oh yeah. Good seeing him as well. Jimmy Farrell. Haven't seen you in a moon or so. I don't have anything to drink, which sucks, because I'm getting a little parched. But we're gonna have the show tonight for as long as I have calls. Now I'm going to say this. It's easy. It's going to be easy if we pick on Matt. It's going to be easy if we pick on Matt. Doc Burdett's here as well. Thank you for being here again, Doc. But if Matt calls in and he's... Oh, Marlo's there? Hey, Marlo. How you doing, Marlo? Good to see you. Got to say hi to Marlo. It's not a show without Marlo. Matthew Trent Brown almost died today? Where is that coming from? I want to see what's the source of that story. Now, if Matt Bouchane, the Steamers fan, calls in and he's drunk, I'm getting him off the show. Because it's too easy to pick on somebody who's drunk and ignorant. Oh, he had an IV and had air in the line. Wow. Thanks for that information, Val. Did not see that. Overdoses on Twinkies. Well, we can laugh now that we know he's safe. We can laugh because we know he's safe. But, I'm glad he's safe. He was getting IV treatment, got air in his veins. Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad that he's safe. Thank you for that information. I didn't know. I've been doing shows and other things since the end of the game. And I will say this, like I said, I have the show with Ken Thompson, Violator, Homer. I will be doing those shows on Sunday night. And then I'll do a show later because it's fun and I like to do that. So you're not gonna miss out. I'm gonna do the shows. You just might have to wait a little longer. If it's an early game, you'll get an extra show. Actually, you'll get a show after the game, and then you'll get the late show. So having said that, if you didn't call in earlier, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you if you didn't call in earlier. So get ready. I'm gonna put my Google number up, and also if and Ed, sometimes Ed with the Google number, I don't know, it's Ed Winchell, but Ed, if you want to call in via Facebook, did they miss it? So it's still 9-7. Boy, these teams suck. These teams suck. Ed Winchell, if you want to call in, you can call in via Facebook. And this way, it should, because Ed has, and don't rag on Ed. Some people, there's that delay, and it's harsh, but it just exists. So I'm going to put the numbers up. You can call me via Facebook Messenger. My line will be shown. There it is. Facebook Messenger is Captain Jack Levy. If you're a friend of mine, you can do it that way. I don't know if you can message me on Captain Jack Rackham. I don't know. You can message me. I don't know whether you can call. Excuse me. I don't know whether you can call. That's okay. But if you're my friend on Facebook, you can message me there. But the line is open, 813-699-0834. Like I said, I just did the show with Ken Thompson, with Wayne Mabry, a.k.a. Violator. It was so good to see Wayne. It was so good to see Wayne. I haven't seen Wayne in a while. And Homer as well. I mean, I know we see Homer a lot. No offense to Homer. But we've seen Homer a lot. So it was good. It was good to see Wayne. Let me make sure I get all my, so I can see the comments here. Oh, Jared joined us. Okay, good to see you. Good to see Jared. Now Jared called in earlier. We had the Pittsburgh report, Jared. I would like to hear from people who did not call in earlier. Let me say that again. I would like to hear from people who have not called in earlier. So my wonderful V ladies, I'd love to hear from them if they want to call in. Valerie especially. Valerie, I know, is stoked because the defense actually showed up. Still hates Gunther. I get it. Yeah, we're watching the game, and it's awful. It's awful. But the line is open, 813-699-0834. Thor called earlier. Matt, if you want to call in, that's Matt 72007. G Mike, if you want to call in. Savage, I know we should hear from. AJ, if you want to call in, that's always good hearing from AJ. The Bishop. My Raider Rev is the Bishop. Good to hear from that. And if I'm missing anybody, Robert Hawk, yeah, we can hear from you too. Don't be shy. Let's crow. And again, if Matt Bouchane calls in and he's noticeably drunk and pissed off, I'll just get rid of him. Because it's easy. He says that this is the type of stupidity. This is the type of stupidity that Matt Bouchane said. He said, and I quote, "Your offense won you the game. Your defense didn't do." I'm paraphrasing. Said your offense won. Your defense sucked. Last time I checked, and I had the stat. It was the first time the Raiders haven't allowed a offensive touchdown in a couple years. It's been a while. I had the stat. I probably got rid of it. I apologize. It was a wonderful stat. And we were talking about the running game. You can't call through? Why, Jimmy? Is there an issue with your phone? Yeah, two field goals. There you go. Somebody's calling in. All right, G-Mike is on the line. Hey, G-Mike, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you.
Hey, how's it going, Jack?
I'm good. What's going on in misery, brother? Mike, can you hear me?
Heard about these police fans around here.
Yep, sorry. Whoever's calling in, the unknown caller, you're going to have to wait for G-Mike. Go ahead, G-Mike. Go ahead.
That touchdown pass that we had that they said wasn't good. Did you see what I sent you?
Oh, you know what? And I've seen all sorts of the blow-ups. Every blow-up I've seen has green in between the tip of his shoe, and the out of bounds marker. And it's also funny that when you see the dirt claw get up from the top of the sneaker, when you see the
Yeah.
the footprint is in bounds.
Yeah.
Had the fumble, and I harp on this. He had the fumble, but Booker was there because again, if Carr fumbles the ball and we don't get points off that, that changes the whole thing of the game.
Right. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. He did overthrow a guy by what?
Well, he overthrew Ruggs. He overthrew Ruggs, and unfortunately, guys, I'm
playing, or they want him to come in, but he's been on injured reserve or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna see a Mariota anytime soon. We're not gonna see Mariota anytime soon. That whoever is saying that is smoking something, man. They are smoking something.
Well, yeah. And do you think we're going to get anybody in a trade?
Well, that's the thing. They've had some, I would say, pretty obnoxious, and I would say obnoxious being that they're asking for way too much, and this is conjecture. But really, do we really need Julio Jones? No.
No, we don't.
No. Now, would we go with getting a good pass rusher? Sure. Geno Atkins is available. Okay. Ryan Kerrigan is available. Okay. So if they're available and they don't cost predominantly, yeah, I don't mind giving up something for him, but I don't want to give up the farm on somebody that we really, it's a nicety to have. We do need a pass rusher. Geno Atkins pushing the middle would be needed. Kerrigan pushing the outside would be needed. There's a couple other people available, but I don't want to give up the farm, okay? I don't want to give up the farm, so I don't necessarily think if the asking price is way too much. And
all right, what about a defensive back?
Which one?
No, how about get a defensive back?
If what is on a defensive back?
No, I said how about us getting a new defensive back?
Well, we do need another corner. That's for sure. We do need another corner. Because again, but it's a matter of what the cost is. If the cost is too high, then I like Arnett, and we'll wait a bit. But you know what? It's just a matter of I got to see what the cost is. If we can get a defensive back, great.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Shit. Who taught these guys how to tackle when I was playing football? People knew how to tackle. These guys now, they go tackle somebody, they arm tackle, and they just run right through you, through them.
I agree. Hey, G Mike, real quick, I got another caller. I got to let you go, brother.
All right.
Good hearing from you, G Mike.
All right, you too.
All right, that was G Mike in Missouri. I got a call 516. Who am I talking to?
Jim Powell.
Who am I talking to?
Jimmy Powell.
Say that again.
Jimmy Farrell.
Oh, Jimmy Farrell. I don't know why
you're...
Okay, wait. I don't know why your number didn't show up, Jimmy. There we go. I got here. Let me put my phone up on here because I know I got your number in here, Jimmy. I don't know why it didn't show up. How you doing, brother?
The numbers changed.
Ah, okay. Well, make sure it didn't show up in my phone for a call. Make sure that you text me that. Say, hey, this is Jimmy Farrell.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate it. How you
Okay.
doing, brother? How you feeling?
Okay. Pretty
Good.
good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. What's up?
Is your show always on after the game is over? Because I
Well,
didn't know you were on that early.
yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Because we had the East Coast early game. I had a show early, and then normally I do a 9 o'clock show, but because of the new program with Violator and Ken and Homer, I got to push it in order to tape that show because I have to get with everybody on their times. So look for the Sunday show to be like 10-ish Eastern time. I apologize. I know you're East Coast like me, Jimmy, but I just gotta let it go. And permission to come aboard, Raider Homer, is granted. But again, I just need to do that show, and then I'll do my other show. Now, when we have an East Coast or like a 1 o'clock game, I'll have a show on after the game, and then I'll still have the late show.
Right. And you're going to be on Wednesday, not Thursday, correct?
This week I'm on tomorrow instead of Tuesday. I'm on tomorrow instead of Tuesday because both Angela and I are very interested in the presidential elections. We want to see what's going on. So Angela and I will be on tomorrow night. Monday night will be on Wednesday night. Then I'll have my regular Thursday show, and then obviously, as you guys know, if I have something going on with an interview, I will push it so you guys will know when I'm coming on.
Sure. Okay. Now, as far as today's game, believe me, I'm happy they won, but I'm not that excited of the win. I mean, if it wasn't for Cleveland's drop passes and Baker Mayfield's not accurate throwing, I think the game would have been a lot different. Gruden has got to be a little more aggressive with the 4th and 1. Okay, especially on the goal line. He should have went for it. I think he would have scored. Okay.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. As far as
let me stop you on that one. Okay. You do realize that we had a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line and they stuffed us 3 times, right?
Okay. All right, but you ran it twice. How about throwing it the next?
Okay. I got you. They should have, but they didn't. The point is,
you threw it to Hunter Renfrow and he scored. I mean, he's got to get the ball more often.
Okay.
How many times did he get the ball today?
Jimmy, here's the point. They were up by 10. 2-score game. And it was, and granted, it wasn't necessarily a guaranteed field goal anyway. But if the defense was sucking up and getting to them, I would rather be up by a 2-score game than being iffy and getting nothing out of that. Because then you give them a lot of incentive. You give them a breath of life. Yeah. And, even with that breath of life, they went down there with like 3 minutes to go and they got stopped. And then they were going to go for the field goal in order to at least get it to 1 score. And they missed the field goal too. So I'd rather get points at that point.
And let's face it, this defense still stinks. Come on. Let's not kid ourselves here. I mean, they're playing Cleveland. I mean, if they played, I know they beat Kansas City, but I'm telling you, I don't want Gunther anymore. You know who I want?
Who?
And I think he would fit as a good defense. I want Rex Ryan. He's not doing anything. Call him up. Bring him in. Okay? He knows his defense. May not be a good head coach, but he knows his defense.
I agree. Okay? I agree, but you know what? I don't know whether there's got to be something there. With Gruden being Gruden has got to find somebody that he can work with. And that's one of the reasons why he has Paulie G as his defensive coordinator. Gruden's ego is so large, and Rex Ryan's ego is so large, it would kind of like be with Ditka and Buddy Ryan for the Bears. It would be a colossal clash of egos. I don't know whether it would work.
Yeah, but what other defensive coordinator is out there to get?
Well, but see, that's the thing. We don't know until after the season. Paulie G, I believe, is going to be here this season for the rest of the season. Then we'll see who's available.
True.
Now, here's the other thing. Everybody's saying we'll get Mike Zimmer. Do you guys know who Mike Zimmer taught on defense? It was Paul Gunther. So you got the same friggin' defense with a better defensive coordinator. But it's the same type of defense. Everybody's saying, well, get Mike Zimmer. But Mike Zimmer's defense is very similar to Paul Gunther's. If they're not doing it for Paul Gunther, what makes you think they're going to do it for Mike Zimmer?
Yeah. And I don't know if the Raider fans know, but from here to the end of the season, the Raiders have the fourth easiest schedule right now. I don't know if you know that. And another thing, Josh Jacobs is almost dead last in rushing average yard.
Yeah, they
got to get the ball more often. And this guy Ingold, this guy is a beast. He should be getting the ball more often. Gruden has got to distribute the play calling. Renfro's got to get it more. Jacobs has got to get it more, and Ingold's got to get it more.
Okay. Well.
And number two,
I'm
sorry.
I was going to say, Jimmy, how many balls do they have on each play?
What do you mean, how many balls they have?
Well, when you go to the line of scrimmage, how many footballs are there to snap?
Like how many downs?
No. Answer the question. When you go up to the line of scrimmage and the center is over the ball, how many balls are there?
Just one.
Exactly, just one ball, and you're trying to say you're going to distribute it, and I don't know whether there's going to be enough balls there. Hey Jimmy, I got to go in for the new call. Okay, I appreciate you calling, brother. Okay, we got 501 on the line. Who is this, please, at 501?
Hello.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, this is Matthew72 from YouTube.
This is who?
Matthew72002.
Oh, all right. Hey, Matt. Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in. Matt, do me a favor. When you're done with this call, please text me and say this is Matthew72, 720 or 7 or whatever it is. Homer, you're going to have to wait because I got Matt on the line. This way I got your number in my phone, and we'll go from that. And getting back to what I was saying with Jimmy, and by the way, Matt, this doesn't go on your time. That you're saying we got to give the ball to this guy more often. We got to give the ball to that guy more often. There's only one ball, so we got to distribute it better. I get it. We got to give it more to Jacobs. We got to give it more to Engel. We got to give it more to everybody. But that's just a matter of getting effective game judgment. And when you win, you win. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We won today. I'm very happy about that. And again, Matt, make sure you text me. I apologize. I wanted to follow up on the point. Don't worry. This time is now not counting against you. How you doing, brother? And thank you for calling into the show.
Happy, man. I'm happy we got the win today for sure.
Gonna have to speak up a bit, Matt.
I was saying I'm happy we got the win today against the Browns.
Most assuredly. And what were you expecting from the game?
I didn't know because I had watched the weather and then the whole Trent Brown incident. He's been kind of hit or miss the last few weeks, so didn't know the extent of it until Carr did the interview, and he was talking about Trent Brown, how they took him out on a stretcher, and all the players were praying for him. So it was kind of a crazy game with that and the weather too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told me that Trent Brown almost died today. That was the first I heard of it. I've been busy doing other things since. So, getting air in your IV line is some serious business. So, I appreciate the fact that I'm glad that it was, nothing that prevented him from, obviously didn't kill him. And I'm glad for that. But that is very tight. That is very tight. So I'm glad that you said that. But yeah, it was a crazy game. Now, what were you most happy about for the Raider effort today?
I think just sticking to the game plan and running it when we had our chances. I mean, I know we couldn't throw it past 10 yards, is what Carr was saying, because of the wind was so up to about 40 miles an hour.
Yes.
So he said anything past about 10 yards, he wasn't being able to throw it very far and accurately. He didn't know where the ball was going to sail on him.
Right. And that's why that pass to Renfro down into that last touchdown was so key. It was low and sharp and hard, and it was cutting into the wind. It was thrown low, so you didn't have to worry about the wind taking it. You saw on the long car throw how it buckled and moved. You saw it on the two kicks where the kickers they missed on their points. Obviously, it was more important that their kicker missed at the time that they did. So that wind was brisk. It was whistling, and I'm glad that the better quarterback won today. I definitely didn't want that half-assed pint of crap being Baker Mayfield to get a better day than Carr did. And Carr was aside from that fumble. I'm sorry, Homer. I'm not bitching at him, but aside from that fumble, Carr had a very, very good game today.
Yeah, definitely. I think even Gruden was saying that it's like one of his best games of the season so far.
For sure.
Yeah. I did have a question for you, though, Captain.
Sure.
With our schedule coming up with the Chargers and the Broncos and then the Chiefs right after, how do you feel about our chances in the division?
Well, obviously, you got to win your divisional games. I think that people that are already overlooking the Chargers, that are already looking the Broncos, don't do that, because division games are tough. And I tell you, what I saw today, especially from the Broncos, and we got the Broncos in 2 weeks. Okay, that's a tough team. They had, I mean, earlier in the season they lost a couple games like to the Titans. And I think it was I can't remember, it was earlier in the season. They've lost like 2 or 3 tough games, okay? And so their record says that they're one thing, but they're a better team than that. The Chargers are snake bit. I mean, they've lost 3 games with about 2 minutes to go, 3 or 4 games just this year. So the Chargers are going to be pissed. And there's nothing worse than going in and thinking, well, we got this game, being overconfident. We should win in Los Angeles next week. Should and will are 2 different things. I think we definitely need not to overlook our competition. I think that we can win the games that we have upcoming. But, I want to see us at 6-3, but those next 2 games are going to be tough. Like I said, we've only played 1 division game, and we beat the Chiefs. Let's take care of the other ones first. We have the capabilities of winning our division, but in order to do that, we got to win out. We got to sweep the division, because I tell you, Kansas City is not going to drop too many more games.
No, I don't see it either.
But yeah, hey, I appreciate you call. And like I said, Matt, make sure you text me and say, hey, this is Matt 72007.
Okay, I appreciate it, Captain. Have a good night.
Hey, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate getting callers that haven't been in.
Pleasure to do it. Thank you.
All right, thanks again. That was Matt 72007. And that means that the line is now open, 813. Oh, I guess, we do have somebody calling in now. Raider Homer, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Woo, man, I'm stoked, man. That was awesome sitting there recording for Fan Media with you, KT, and the Violator, man. That was awesome.
Yep. Oh, Valerie, I'm sorry, honey. I want to hear from Valerie, but Valerie, Homer's got you. Trust me, I'd rather talk to Valerie. Sorry, Homer.
That's okay. You just talked to me for 20 minutes. No, man, I'm excited about that, dude. And hey, let's not nitpick this win. All right, remember, everybody was saying we can't win in inclement weather. Derek Carr cannot win in inclement weather. He did it. You know what I mean? And hey, yes, he fumbled the ball, but I thought he was down. I thought that was bang bang. But yeah, maybe slide next time. But look, he ran the ball 6 times for 41 yards. Last year, he ran for 82 yards, and that was more yards that he had ran for than 2016. So I think a couple weeks back, he ran for 20. So he's starting to run more. You can't nitpick these kind of wins. If everybody's like, just win, and we're tired of losing, right? We just want to win. That was a just win, baby game. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
That was a good win, a solid win. Because like I was saying on that show, the Browns are scoring 28 points a game. You know what I mean? They have a gunslinger quarterback. They're a threat on offense. Of course, OBJ was out, but hey, we've been dealing with injuries too. You know what I mean? So that's the name of the game. But this is the kind of win that, like I said, we have to beat these kind of teams. All right? It gives us a tiebreaker if the Browns continue to play well.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if we're on the same kind of level, if you look at our overall rankings compared to the Browns, we're basically the same team. All right? But we beat that team on their turf, man, and we beat them. I think we had the ball for 37-plus minutes. You know what I mean? That was big.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah, it was.
We ran 71 plays to like their 50 or something like that. I mean, we controlled that game. It didn't have to be 38 points or anything like that. That's what I was talking about in the past. Sometimes if our offense can only score 16 points, well, the defense has to hold them to 10 points, 15 points. You know what I mean?
Right.
And our defense did that, man. That was a great effort. Kwiatkowski, I love the way he blows up plays, even if he doesn't make the tackle. When you got the offensive guys falling all over yourself because you plowed into one of them, and that disrupts a play, that's great. He's doing great. And then Abram, of course, that dude is just all over. He's a missile. He's a missile, man. So take this win, enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. You cannot overlook these division games. Herbert, that kid's young and dumb. He doesn't give a shit. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. You know what I mean? And then the the Broncos are always tough, man. And then the Chiefs after that, but some of these games that are coming up, like versus the Colts, the Colts are in the hunt for their division. So we got to beat them in case, we end up in a tiebreaker situation with them. But these are all games. It's not going to get any easier because you can see how we're progressing as a team, getting better, getting more consistent. Other teams are doing the same thing. So, but hey, we proved that we can score when we played the Saints. We proved that our defense can turn it on and shut down a high-powered offense when we played the Chiefs. And we showed that we can play in inclement weather and ground it out, against the Browns. This was a perfect win. Like we're showing the rest of the NFL and the Raider Nation, as the naysayers out there, what we can do as a team. So this is a great win. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, and like I said, and again, I wasn't saying it to piss you off. I just said that, and it did look like he was down, but also on one of the other the replays, it looked like the ball was coming loose on his way down. So that's what I'm saying. He's got to learn to keep that ball. And thank God for Devontae Booker.
He should have slid.
Yeah,
he should have slid on that one. But look, fumbling is something that he's got to stop doing. But there was that one play, right, where he almost got the ball stripped out. Then he almost threw an interception. So that worked out in our favor. But he's getting better at holding that ball in the pocket. Man, he's looking so much better in the pocket, man.
He is.
I am so excited, man, because, and then Josh Jacobs that dude has been the missing key. That type of running back, man. 2 minutes ago, we come in there, and he's running all over the place. That was the 6th ranked defense against the rush. You know what I mean? And we just got our asses handed to us by the Bucs. You know what I mean? And we proved that we can still run against solid defenses. So this is a great win.
Oh yeah, and like
I'm not gonna say that.
I'm definitely stoked about getting this win. I would have loved to have seen it last week as well, but you know what? Hey, such is life. We need to start stacking wins. Got to stack them.
Yes.
Got to keep going after them. And that's what I'm hoping that will be happening for the Raiders. Like I said, let's see what we got. let's not project too much more. I mean, I know that you and I and Asylum did the projections beginning of the season. Those are projections, those are guesses. But let's go only week by week. Let's get the win against the team that we're playing that week, and let's go for it. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Me too. But yeah, we got a shot. This team is looking good. And you were talking about, I know we're not, what you just said, don't look ahead to the future, but, we were talking about Super Bowl runs, right? Maybe not this year, right? But one more draft class, one more free agent class. That's legitimate now. This roster is good. The depth, like we were talking with Ken earlier. I couldn't remember Brandon Parker's name, but the kid came in and gave us a shot. That's our third string tackle. You know what I mean? And he played well. So, like, we have the depth. We get through, this season and hopefully make a good run in the playoffs. And then next year, man, after we'll see what's up in the draft and the free agency. And it's all uphill from here. We're good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, and again, I will say this, and I'm going to let you go on this comment as well, and I appreciate it. And you said it well. Brandon Parker played well today, but I think a lot of that was due to the fact that we were run heavy, because I tell you, if we were going to be in a pass offense, Brandon Parker, as you know, has not acquitted himself.
That's his weakness, yeah.
Yeah. So I like the fact that he's a big dude and can lean on people. And I tell you what, if we have Brandon Parker in there, I hope it's because we're running the ball a lot.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the backup tackle can Sam Young. Hopefully he can stay healthy, because I heard a little bit about Trent Brown, but man, that guy's having no luck. So it's gonna be between Sam Young and Brandon Parker from now on, pretty much. Because I mean, how long would a medical issue like that keep you out?
Having air in your IV line?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not anything to speak of. As long as it didn't affect him, from what I understand. I mean, yeah, that's something that can kill you. And that's why I asked, what is everybody talking about? Because I didn't actually hear that until people were telling me. But I
didn't hear what had happened until Carr had said something. The press conference, Gruden and Carr were saying something, but I didn't know any details.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first I was hearing about it, because I've been busy after the game doing a bunch of shows. Hey, Homer, I got to let you go because I got to...
John Gruden made a comment after the game. He said that we're still giving up the big plays, although we did hold them to 6 points. We do have to make adjustments, and Gunther's not the answer. And really, I don't feel we have enough talent. We don't have like a star, an edge rusher, and we just do. We give up way too many big plays. 20 yards, 15 yards, 30 yards. But all in all, today I thought that they played great. Everybody did a great job, and I was giving Trent Brown shit before the game too, and now I feel bad.
Well, I mean, we're allowed to give him shit about being a Twinkie eater and not coming to play, and then we don't know that he has an issue with his IV. So yeah, we're glad that he's okay, but I'm still going to give him shit about being a Twinkie eater who can't get on the field. I don't have no problem with that, because that is the truth. That is the truth.
True.
He needs to start paying. He needs to start making plays, because he's making entirely too much money being a Twinkie eater and being on Twitter too much. And that's why if I get a chance to do it, I'm going to get a jersey for Vicky Ginn that says Twinkies and Twitter, because that's all, and with the 77, because that's all he does, man. That's all he does. And I tell you what, he will not be our tackle next year, guaranteed. We will have a new one. We will get one in free agency. We will probably draft one, but he is not going to be our tackle next. You can tell by the way Gruden talks about him when he couldn't get on the field that he is not one of Gruden's favorite people. And you know what?
Yeah.
That's true. You can't. I would say I would be very, very amazed or surprised if he's on this team next year. That's for me.
Yeah, but his contract's so big. Who wants that?
No. See, no. That's the thing. All his money is dead. When his money ends this year, so he has a contract for next year. But we don't owe him any bonus money. We don't owe him diddly poo other than what he would get for his salary. So yeah, he signed for 2 more years, but all of his incentives have been paid, so we can cut him, and it doesn't cost us a dime.
Oh, good. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't. Or I don't know if he just doesn't want to play. And you have to think about why Belichick gave him up so easy too.
Right. That should that should have been an easy thing to see. And I tell you what, everybody that says, well, why didn't we pick up Cam? Well, Cam was available, and his old coach Ron Rivera didn't want him for the Washington football team. Okay, and here's another thing, and I'm surprised I'm saying this, but Carlos Dunlap was had for a 7th round pick. Carlos Dunlap played for Paul Gunther. You gotta be. There's something there. If we're not asking for or giving a 7th rounder or better to the Bengals, if that's all he was worth, there's something there.
Yeah.
And I hate saying it because I'm a Gator. I love Carlos Dunlap, but there's something there. There's something there.
Yeah. No, I thought that we looked great. Jacobs back to what he was last year, and. First of all, the touchdown that was not given to us was such bullshit. I don't know if you heard the commentator make a joke and say, "Oh, why don't you get your partner and have him put the index card in there?" I don't know if you guys heard that,
no, I didn't. Jared, you called earlier. You called earlier, Jared. I'm listening to Valerie. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, and then I don't know on the where we got stuffed at the goal line. It looked like the 2nd and goal Jacobs got over. It looked like the ball was over. I was a little surprised. I don't know why that wasn't. I don't know if you can. I don't know if we can challenge that or not. No, right?
No. Well, we could have, but it's one of those things where there's got to be something that is so obvious that if we challenged it, it would have went our way. Now, I tell you, Gruden challenged the Ruggs play, which should have been a touchdown. Okay. So, and I agree with that it should have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
So maybe Gruden, I don't know if, I can't remember. I think, Gruden challenged the 2nd time. He challenged what would have been the touchdown for the Browns. So he was out of challenges.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, but it looked like the ball had crossed the plane. He didn't, but the ball, it looked like did. But I think it was the right decision to go for 3, put it to 2 points. I mean, two score difference. And then the wind was just unbelievable in knowing, that once they missed the field goal at the end, like it was just all over then. But I was super happy, and I love when no one picks us to win, and we come as the underdogs and win. I had a really good feeling about this game, though.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm glad that we won in Cleveland. Apparently, what I was reading, that we're already 3-point underdogs in LA.
Yeah, yes, we are.
Oh my God!
I just read that too. Yeah, and that's okay, and that's fine. I like that. I like when we're the underdogs and we come back and prove them all wrong.
Oh yeah. Like I said, let's go out there and win, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the wins. And I think we can stack them. I think we can stack the wins. Now, on one more thing, Valerie, and obviously I love hearing from you. What was the most that you loved about today? What was your favorite point about today?
I actually liked how physical the defense actually got. That last play that busted up the touchdown, I think it was Joyner. There was 2 of them.
Yeah.
And the way they hit him and because that was a touchdown. Had they not been so physical, that was 6 points.
Well, actually, and what a lot of people didn't see, and I get on Nevin Lawson a lot, but I will say this: Nevin Lawson tipped the ball or took the catch away from Landry. He put his fingers up into it, which kind of got the ball going so that it was going to be an incompletion. And then so Lawson did that, and then Joyner came and just smacked the hell out of him in the back to make sure that he wasn't going to catch that ball. So, and I get on Nevin Lawson. I tell you, I was doing the color cast today. And by the way, hopefully next week that will be not in beta. I will be able to call a game, and you don't have to listen to the knuckleheads on TV. You can listen to me calling the game for Raider Nation. I'm sure you will enjoy it a lot better. Are you an Apple user or not?
I'm an Android.
Damn it! See, and I'm an Android user as well. I had to get a damn iPad in order to do this. So hopefully they will get that app on Android as well, but right now it's only on Apple. Maybe you can find a phone.
Kayla has it. All my daughters are Apple users. I'm the only one that's not.
Well, see, that's another reason why I love you, Valerie. You're an Android person like me, but you can get an Apple from your daughter, and if they, like I said, hopefully it'll be out of beta, and I will be out there next week. I will be calling the game on one of the Apple apps, and this way you don't have to listen to the knuckleheads that are on TV.
Yeah, I think bottom line is I think we're clicking on all cylinders on the offense. We have so many weapons. If we can just get the defense consistent, we'll be unstoppable.
I agree, and I can't wait to see it happen. And again, let's get one more, and then one more after that. And remember, the after that is Kansas City at home, and I want that one too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think we can do it. I think we can, we just keep focused like we were last time we played them. Go in with that same, that same heart and that same drive and that, the same passion. I think we continue to play like that. I think we can do it.
I hope so. Because again, Kansas City, I think the only team that can beat Kansas City right now that's up on their schedule is the local team here, and I can't stand that. In fact, I'm on record saying that I hope that Kansas City kicks their ass. But if it comes down to it, maybe I might have to go back and obviously root for Kansas City to lose. But I can't stand it when the Succaneers win. I can't stand it.
I know.
Oh my God.
Me too. I agree.
All right.
100%.
Valerie, I love you,
right.
and thank you for calling in, honey. It's always a pleasure hearing from you.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. You take care, hon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Val. I love my Val. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. If you did not call in yet, please do. And I know, Jared, I know you called earlier. I know Jared called earlier, and I know that that Doc, actually both Docs called in. Doc Cabral as well as Doc Burdette called in earlier. I said I was on all fours, and I was on two. I said, young man, there's no need to be sad. I'll use lube. It won't hurt too bad. It's fun to stay at the wild. Okay. Lola J. Okay, I'm glad that you are doing YMCA. Okay. I tell you what. You, Lola J, are gone. We will. Let's see. We're gonna hide this user. And there you go. Goodbye. Lola J. Bye. Don't know who that was, but was doing lyrics from YMCA. And lube. We have it's called a color cast, Jimmy Farrell. I thought I actually had a new user. I was like, yeah, great, a new user. And then, somebody coming aboard, and then, I don't. You talking about lube? There you go. Line is open, 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. So, I don't know if you can still see Lola J up on there. I think I blocked them correctly. Say, let's beat San Diego this week. Well, actually, it's Los Angeles, Thor. But I know everybody still calls them the San Diego Chargers. How about them Cowgirls? Are they? Yep, they're losing. And everybody had the Eagles in this one, but they were playing horribly tonight. Both teams. We've been on for a little over an hour. Remember, I will be here until I have nobody to talk to. It is 10 after 11. We can do 2 hours. We can do an hour and a half. We can do an hour 15. But I only want to do it if you are going to call in. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. If you are on Facebook, and I think I still have Facebook up. Yeah, I do. If you want to dial in via Facebook, you can do that as well at CAPTAINJACKRACKEMLEVY. I appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, I know they do. They suck. Yeah, I know it's a troll. It's funny. I mean, we haven't had a troll in a while. Getting back, like I said, it's Colorcast. Jimmy Farrell, it's Colorcast. I will put out the information once I know that we are going beyond beta. So when it's there, please join me. I will be giving you play-by-play a hell of a lot better than the stooges that are on TV. You can watch them, but you can listen to me. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Look for me there. Got another call. All right. Good to hear. Raider Houston, Steve, how are you doing, brother? Good to hear from you. What a great victory we had today.
It sure was. I tell you what, I was listening to, here in Houston, we have it on 97.5. It's Compass Media Network, so we get a lot of the Raider games. And I was listening to Brian Baldinger today call the game, and he said playing in the snow is like the playing in your backyard and everything. He says the Raiders are wearing their black rain slickers, as we used to say, and of course it reminds me of the day when we went up against Sam Rutigliano when Mike Davis stopped that interception, those kind of weather conditions, but it was raining and it was nasty, and I was hoping I could have been at this game early in the year because I've got, my uncle is a season ticket holder for the Browns and my cousin, but seeing what I heard and everything, the funny thing was, Captain, I kept asking Siri for the updates, and she was giving me a final score from like 5 years ago instead of today's updates. And I'm like, oh man, I just want to, you know what I mean?
I got you. Savage, by the way, wait for Steve to finish his call. So I'd love to hear from Raider Savage, but I want to hear from Steve first. It was good to watch, and I'm not sure even if I said that when I was doing the color cast, because again, I'm allowed to talk about what I see on TV as well. And you saw the play. It was Red Right 88. That's how you can piss off any Browns fan. And the thing is, I was told by a source that Matt was drinking, and that's why I did the intro like I did. Matt was probably waiting for me at 9 o'clock. I'm kind of glad that Matt's not here because again, when you're and I don't mind if you drink, but when you're drunk and stupid, I don't have any time for you. So I'm kind of glad that we haven't heard from Matt. I mean, it's too easy talking about him. His team played like ass today, and our team won. He's like, well, technically, we're still better because our record is 5-3, and you guys are only 4-3. I'm like, will you shut up? Will you shut up?
When crunch time comes, Captain, who would you rather have as your quarterback, Derek Carr or Baker Mayfield? It's a no-brainer.
I think I got to go with Baker Mayfield. Not.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to ask you, Captain, did this time change really mess you up today, like it always does?
Not really. I actually I set all my clocks back last night before I went to bed, so I think I got most of them in the house. I woke up a little bit late anyway. I did the change. Let's put it this way. I'm definitely not having a show beyond midnight tonight because I have to. One thing I found out from I'm in a new division at work, even though I'm teleworking. I'm in a new division at work, and before I used to be able to basically give a text message, like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, I have to check in by 8:30, and a lot of times I wasn't awake at 8:30. So I gotta move my schedule a little bit. So it didn't really affect me, but give it a few days. You know me, Steve. I'm a Nighthawk.
I know you are. I tell you what, with me and everything is I went to bed at my regular time, and then I got a call from my dear friend, my best friend, Miss Sheila, and she calls me up and says, "Hey, what time you work today?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I do." And I said, "I don't go in until 2 o'clock." And I said, "Well, let's get together and have lunch. It's your birthday," because nobody wants to be by themselves on their birthday. That's for sure.
Right.
And then I went ahead and when it came into work, and now I kind of feel like a zombie because you know how it is that first day. But I was going to ask you, Captain, since I wasn't able to see it, I heard about the 2 field goals. How did the team look as far as offense, defense, and your general impressions of the team, so you can fill me in and be my eyes on what you saw today?
Well, they still need to get better at the pass rush. They did not sack Baker Mayfield, but they were pressuring him. They just weren't getting to him, kind of like like they had with Mahomes a couple weeks ago. The pressure is getting better, but they still need to finish. The defensive backs gave up a little bit too much as well, but when it came down to it, they played to keep them out of the end zone. They played well to keep them out of the end zone. Like Gruden was saying, and again, Valerie was saying that Gruden said this. I didn't hear the press conference. I was busy doing other things. But there's too many big chunk plays, and we got to stop that. We got to stop the too many big chunk plays. So they bend don't break type of stuff. I get it, but we need to make sure that we continue with that. We still got to pressure the quarterback a lot better. We got a guy who's a rookie next week, and we got to get to him. And then we got Locke the next week after that. These are 2 young quarterbacks. And I tell you what, the Denver offensive line sucks. So I think that we'll be able to get to Drew Lock. But
that's good.
I don't know whether we're going to be able to get to Herbert. I got to look over the offensive line for the Chargers. They're not the greatest, if I remember correctly, but we got to continue to get pressure on these quarterbacks. And I tell you, the next 2 weeks we got to pressure them. And then when we play Mahomes, you got to kind of like do that 8 back and 4 up. Or 3 up and 8 back. You need to make sure that you drop a lot of people, and yeah, you can pressure Mahomes. Just don't let him get outside the tackle boxes and do all of those things, and it'll be okay. So it's game planning to the people that you have. We need to make sure that our defense plays the way that they should for the young kids that we got coming on. I think that we can win the next 2. Whether we will or not, don't put them as W's right now, because we got to see if they are W's, and we'll see on that. But just because we can beat them doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to beat them, and that's what I'm saying. It's not a win until you actually go out and win.
We've got to play like we're already behind, and we're trying to close the gap. There's like, there's a real quick, I know you got to go and everything, but I was just going to tell you, Warren Sapp used to get closer to getting Brett Favre, and every time you get close to him, he says, well, I'm going to get you next time. He kept getting closer and closer, and then but see, that psychologically, as they know, if they know they're going to take a hit and everything, especially, blindside stuff, it changes up their whole way they play. If Tom Brady has heat on him or any of Mahomes, that changes the way, their delivery, their cadence, and their timing and everything else. So when they know that they've got some heat coming on them, that's going to change up everything. And that's what you need to do, is put the fear that, hey, we're going to come in and knock you. What is it? What Al said, we're going to hit you hard and high. Or what was that saying again that he always says?
Oh, Al Davis, the quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
In the first 10 plays.
That's right.
Hope you're in good health and everything. And I'm just letting you know, I'm thinking and praying for you all. We're all going to get through this, and hope everybody had a safe and happy Halloween. And you're probably eating the candy. Remember, get the candy that you like and everything, because then you might get stuck with it.
Well, see, that's one good thing about I didn't give out candy yesterday. Because I don't do Halloween per se. I actually had COVID as a good excuse. But the real reason is that I don't want a bunch of candy in my house because I'll eat it. And it's one thing that I don't need is more sugar. So I didn't give it out. And it's one of those things, when I have in the past, I make sure that I don't have a lot left over. I will make sure that I'm out. Well, people say, well, do you have any? No, I'm out. I don't like having extra candy in the house. So I didn't give it out yesterday because of COVID. I didn't want anybody around me, and I went out for dinner otherwise. So there you go. I use COVID as an excuse, but I don't like doing it because, again, I don't want extra candy in my house. And Steve, it's always good hearing from you, brother.
Always good hearing to you, and God bless, and you have a wonderful night. I know a win is a win. We'll put it in our back pocket, and that means we're one step closer to making the playoffs, and we'll think positive, and God bless. Glass half full, right, Captain? And have a good night.
I hope, brother. I hope, but I appreciate your positives.
Take care, brother. God bless. Bye.
All right. God bless. That's Houston Steve, and it's always good to hear from Steve. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I will talk while we have callers. I'll talk, but you got to call. And I appreciate everybody that's here. Again, I appreciate if you're here and you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that as well. There is the little $sign thing. You can use that as well. It's basically it's like a hey, we appreciate you, and here's a little bit of bucks for you. Kind of like what Raider Bear does with his change. With this one's real money too. I don't know how that works on Facebook, and it really actually works on YouTube. And I'm very happy to say that. Oh yeah, it's Raider Savage. How you doing, brother?
Oh, yeah. I just want to know that did Baker Mayfield call progressive? Because, we came into his house and they raided him, took that win, brought it home with us. Well, we're not going home yet. We got to go. Well, we're going to our second home down there in Los Angeles, So I hope Baker Mayfield wants to go call progressive, his insurance company that he works for, and let them know that, the Raiders came and raided in there, took the win away in the wind, in the rain. I hope we had all the seats covered, He likes to cover the seats with all the rain, make sure all the seats. I hope he was making sure that the seats were covered because we went in there, the autumn wind. We came in with the storm. We were in there. The winds were swirling. We got our victory. Jacobs was running through that defense. Carr had to make the throws he had to make. Defense, Mother Nature was the MVP today. I'm sorry. That's what I feel. I hope that today's victory on today's defense was a treat and not a trick. They better come like this next week against the Chargers, because I know the Chargers, they lost some, they lost a couple games recently in the last couple minutes. Division game. I know they're going to be a little upset, and we can't play down to that competition because the Chargers are a decent team. They lose the games late. They lose it late in the game, and we can't let them close out that they couldn't do in the last couple of games. So we need to make sure we come next week focused and ready to play and not play down to the competition. I need Demolition Man Abram out there to do the same intensity, not go too overboard. We don't need no crazy flags or no stupid penalties. He got away with some. I love the intensity though, but just let's play a little smart though. But that's what I feel. Go ahead.
No. I mean, great points, and like I said, they did increase their intensity, and because again, was it just me, or did they really look like they were sleepwalking last week against the Succaneers?
They didn't look like the same team we saw 2 weeks before against the Chiefs. I don't know if it was just a whole COVID situation thing, moving the game up instead of having that primetime game. I'm not going to make excuses, but they didn't look like they were ready for that game. And it's just, and if they weren't, that's very upsetting because as Raider fans, Raider Nation, we have a hatred for that team because of 2002 and that quarterback because of 2001. So they should have had, and we had our coach back from that 2002, so, John Gruden back. So there should have been a little more extra, motivation to take care of that team. Hopefully we don't have a letdown like that again throughout the season because we might, a lot of us have big expectations. We might not hit the big expectations, but we can still put the league on notice that the Raiders are on their way to being the Raiders that we want them to be.
Right. And again, it was a close game. I mean, the Raiders kind of they were behind, in the first half. I think it was 21-10. And then they came back and they got it between 24-20. And that's what I was looking for. And that's why I got pissed off at one of the shows last week when the guy I was on the show with said we got our asses blown out. I'm like, I don't know, and he's like, I don't know what game you were watching, but they got ripped. I'm like, dude, I don't know what game you were watching, but you obviously didn't watch the game. And that's what pisses me off is the people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Ignorance is one of my key features. If you are ignorant to me, I have zero tolerance for you, and I will be an asshole to you if you are ignorant as fuck. And that's just the way it is with me. So again, the Raiders need to continue with this. They need to go, and I tell you right now, they're 1-0 in the AFC West. They need to be at least no worse than 5-1. They need to win every game that they can with the AFC West because these games are going to come down to it. They need to make sure that they don't drop any more conference games. They need to make sure that they beat the Dolphins when they have the Dolphins coming up because we played everybody else, okay? And even against the Jets, you better not lose to the Jets, a winless team. You need to make sure that you win the rest of your conference games, and that's what is coming up. And maybe you drop one to the Chiefs. Maybe not. But you need to continue to win and stack them. And this will be a playoff team if they continue to do that.
Yes, and, especially, Broncos have, a quarterback that doesn't have that much experience. The Chargers have a quarterback who's a rookie. The Raiders need to make sure they take care of that. When's the last time the Raiders had a sack in the game? It's been a long time. I can't remember. They just felt like they played the defense might play a little bit better, today. But I think that right there, if we're going to get the defensive line to start stepping up and causing havoc and breaking through the line and making the quarterback having to think real quick instead of standing back there like Brady did last week. They did a lot of bootlegs with Mayfield, today to get away from, the rush so they can see, little short, little whatever. But the D-line needs to start containing and keeping him, collapsing the pocket around the quarterbacks. They need to start showing that, Crosby, I need Crosby to get in there, and I need Hankins and all those guys. I need them to start pushing the line, making the quarterback sweat back there. That's what we're missing. We're missing that. And the DBs will follow along, and everything else will follow along. I think in the future, what we're missing is probably like that one good veteran leadership on defense to kind of push everybody around. I think the last time we had a leader back there was I'm forgetting his name. He came from the Niners. He played one season with us in 2017. Number 53, the linebacker. That was picked up the last time we had a.
Navarro Bowman.
Yes, I think that's the last time we really had like a positive veteran influence back there on the defense. I think that's the one thing we're really missing on defense. And yeah, and some cornerback help. But the main thing is there's someone needs to step up and really like, get in the faces of like, let's go. That's what I think we're missing in the future. We can turn some heads this year. We're not that far away. We're just chasing the Chiefs. We should take care of the Broncos. We should take care of the Chiefs, the Chargers. We should put the NFL on notice that we're here. We're here. Take out the Chiefs. Chiefs has always been like that thorn in our foot forever since the AFL. That's what we need to take care of. And Gunther needs to start disguising. If he's going to start blitzing finally, don't overuse Abram. Disguise it a little bit more. Have some other guys blitz or something. Mix it up because they're going to start keying on Abram and start blocking him out. And now not only are we having a tackler block, we're also now missing a DB because Abram's in there getting blocked because you're just taking him out the play. I want Gunther, if you're going to still be the DB, the defensive coordinator, mix it up a little bit. Be a little aggressive with everybody. Have everyone, get in there.
Gotcha. And I agree. Now, I tell you what was your number one positive that you saw out of this game? What was your favorite moment or so for the game tonight there, Savage?
The run game because we needed the run game in that kind of weather. And the run game, the offensive line was able to make some holes. Jacobs was pushing. He was just trucking tacklers. And I love that Gruden used Booker a little more today. That's what I keep saying. We got to use Booker more like he did with Garner and Wheatley in 2001 because, you give each back rest, and I don't want him to overwork Jacobs. I think Booker should have closed out the game, trying to kill the clock. But the running game really stepped up when it needed to. They controlled the clock. I think they had the ball for the majority of the third quarter. That's why they can do things. They can do things. They just have to be consistent.
Gotcha.
Consistency.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, Savage, always good hearing from you, brother. I'm going to let you go out on that, but thanks again. Give me your best. What is it? Out the door, Raider cheer, brother.
Oh yeah, we took care of the Browns. I hope Baker Mayfield. I hope you went and called a claim on Progressive because we took care of you. And next week, let's make sure we can be like PG&E and shut off the Chargers. Oh yeah.
That's right. Hey, thanks again there, Savage. You take care, brother.
Oh, yeah. Have a good night, Captain. Oh, yeah.
All right. That's Raider Savage. Always good hearing from him, man. Always good hearing from Raider Savage. Always good hearing from everybody we have out there. And I appreciate y'all calling in to hear. It's nice. It's nice to have our crew. Let's get another call or two in. We are at an hour and a half. We'll go for another while longer. Dwayne, thank you for that. I missed because I was with Savage. Dwayne T, thank you for that. Was it super chat at plug? Thank you there to Dwayne T. Appreciate that. I was in with Savage. I'm missing some of these comments. It's not San Diego, Thor. It's Los Angeles. 12-4. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, Mo. But I think it's going to be 10-6. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's 11-5. 12-4, I think, is a little high. Yeah, Khalil Mack. Yeah, I got. But you know what? Khalil Mack might still be available. His contract is so ridiculous. I don't think he's going to survive that contract. Yeah, Navarro Bowman was a great pickup. And again, thanks for Dwayne T. Thank you, Dwayne T. That's what I said. If you like what you see and you appreciate the broadcast, I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. And thank you for being here. Line is open. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. We got some time. We're up at an hour and a half. The Eagles did win tonight. Big surprise. They looked like crap, though, in the first half. I was watching the game. And it's November 1st. Remember, tomorrow night, Monday night, we will have on the 4Life channel, it will be myself and Angela. Silky, sexy, saucy, sultry, sensational, sarcastic. Out of order. Santangela is going to be there. Make sure you go over to the 4Life channel, watch the channel, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, Raider Homer was on. Go over and watch and subscribe to his channel. There's, T3, the Raider guy. Go to his channel. He's got some good things. If I'm missing it, there's Watts Raider. Watts has got some good stuff. Sunjoku, wow. Good Raider content there. Sunjoku has got a lot of things going on. I think V-Dub has his channel. And so there you go. Remember, if you're going to be in LA next week, Vicky's going to be out tailgating. And if you can, make sure you see my girl Vicky again and give her a big hug from me because I won't be able to. And again, thanks again to Dwayne T. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Good seeing you as well. Let's see. If you haven't called in yet, that was cool. Oh, good. We got another caller. And we got Mo. Otherwise known as Mustafa, or it's Mo. Mo, which one do you prefer, by the way? I'll make sure that I call you which one you prefer. Oh, it was Mo. Mustafa, call back. I must have hit the wrong one. Mustafa was calling in. Call in again. It's Mustafa Razuli, otherwise known as Mo Razuli. Call in again. I apologize. I must have hit the wrong button. I do that. Call back. I feel bad now. Hopefully we'll get Mustafa back. Gosh darn it. Mo was just calling. I must have hit the wrong button. I will take the heat for that. That's my fault. Hopefully he'll call back in. Line is still open. Let me put the line back up. 813-699-0834. 813-699. There we go. As soon as it happens, great. I'm clicking. I'm definitely clicking on the right thing now. I got you on green. Is it now? Do you prefer Mustafa or do you prefer Mo?
Anything that's easier for you. Like I really don't mind.
Well, because I like to make sure that I call, because I go by Jay and I go by Captain Jack. I hate my first name, so that's why I go by Jay or Captain Jack. But there are people that actually, they prefer one or the other. So I just out of giggles, which one do you prefer?
I guess Mo works.
Momo? Did I hear that right?
Mustafa.
Was it
Mustafa works?
Okay, well, I got you, Mustafa, in here. How are you doing tonight, brother? And isn't that a great victory today?
I'm doing great, honestly. All smiles this Sunday, thank God. We won in a bad weather game, which is like from our past is very unlikely. And the running game showed up today, thank God. Devontae Booker, my bad. Josh Jacobs. Everyone showed up, including Carr, I feel like this year is like his prove it year, and he's proving us, his haters wrong. And he's showing things he could do if he just, took time and just patience, basically. And now we're seeing it. He was running and giving us first downs damn near like every possession, and I respect him for that. And I feel like we need Henry Ruggs to be more. We need to dial up some more plays for him, personally, whether it be like next game or game after that. And then one thing that surprised me a lot is the defense showed up. That's what really surprised me a lot.
Yeah, and again, I agree. And Jimmy Farrell was saying this earlier. And Jimmy, not that I was bagging on you, but Jimmy Farrell was saying, well, we need to see Booker more often. We need to see more from Josh Jacobs, and we need to throw it to Renfro more often, and we need to throw it to this guy, that guy. There's only one football.
Right.
So you got to make sure that the plays and you get people involved, but sometimes you get the hot hand. Okay?
Right. Do what's best for the team.
Right. And whoever's the hot hand one game might not be the hot hand the next game. I agree that Ruggs should be employed more often, and they tried to do it with Ruggs, but they couldn't do the long bomb today because of the wind. I get that. But, Renfro was used great, and we got Edwards coming back, and Edwards will be a fine addition. Aguilar has played well, but you know what? I've noticed a couple drops out of Aguilar. It was one of those things that got him kicked out of Philly. And it was one last game, and I think it was 2 today. He was, and I saw the stats. In fact, let me go here. If I remember correctly, and let's go to the full stats, which I had. Shoot. Oh yeah, there we go. Box score. If I remember correctly, Aguilar was targeted. He didn't get any catches today. But you know what? He was targeted. Come on, man. Friggin' go. I'm trying to move down the there we go. Aguilar was targeted twice. And I know that he dropped at least one. So he dropped one.
I believe he dropped both.
Okay, yeah. And I was thinking that. I'm like saying, if you drop both, you can't do that. Now, granted, this is the stuff that again got him out of Philly, and so he needs to make sure that he continues to be that great receiver that he was at the beginning of the year. He's got the speed, he's got all of the things that we want, and we need to make sure that continues. But yeah, we need to spread it around more, because if there's somebody that you think needs to get the ball more, great. But you know what? You only have one football. You only have one football, and I think that you find what's working for you. And some game plans, and like they were saying, some game plans are going to be run heavy. Some game plans are going to be pass heavy. We need to make sure we figure out what the right game plan is. I like the fact that Gruden, for the most part, last week he didn't. I was like, what the hell are you doing, John? But today he had a great game plan, and it was employed well. Thank God.
He did. Thank God. You're right. I probably put it in the wrong words. I meant like, if something's going the right way, I'd rather have it that way instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, just use everyone else for no reason.
Oh, I got you.
Like, just this one particular thing's like working.
Yeah. And again, and find what's working. And if it isn't working, better change it. Right.
And in that run game, surprisingly, Brandon Parker stepped up in the run game. He's like, I would say this proudly, I do not like Brandon Parker as a pass blocker or Sam Young at all. And I don't think he did great in the run blocking, but he's not a pass blocking right tackle.
Exactly. And I said that Young, I said that today. I said, you know what? Thank God we were running a lot today, because Brandon Parker is a turnstile at right tackle if he's trying to pass block. But he was run blocking well, and that's what we needed for him to do today.
Exactly. And I feel like we shocked these people, because people thought after that Buccaneers game, it's pretty bad. But after that game, we were just gonna go downhill from that. And then just as a whole, like our whole team, we stepped up, and that's what I love about this team. We never give up. Abram's a dog. Like I don't know if you saw, but when he came down the field to Kareem Hunt and just hit him in the legs and like took off his helmet, was talking his stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's Raider football right there. Like just hitting hardcore.
Yeah, and I'm glad that because he could have had a penalty taken for doing that.
For the helmet, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad that either the officials didn't see it or you know it was away, because honestly that should have been a penalty when you take off your helmet.
They give him a warning.
Yeah. So hopefully, and again, I love that play because you know if he doesn't take out Kareem Hunt's legs, Kareem Hunt is probably on his way for about a 20-yard gain, if not more.
Right. And that's what I love about Abram. Like, he's a physical player. And then now we got Herbert next week. And honestly, I think we could do damage. I think we can. And praise up for Trent Brown. You know, I heard after the game what happened. What happened? He got he left with a stretcher, I believe, on a stretcher. So praise up for him. Hopefully he comes back healthier. And I feel like he's one person that gets a lot of hate, and I understand why. Because he's not available most of the time. He only played like 10 out of 23 games, I believe. But can we all agree that when he is on the field, our run game, pass game is dominant? Like, he's a good player, a solid player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I believe, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like I said, I want to have Trent Brown there because he's the best right tackle that we have. But I'm telling you, there's a reason why. And I got Danny on the line. Danny is a Patriots fan, and Danny knows all about Bill Belichick. And I'll be kind and call him by his real name, Bill Belichick. But when Bill Belichick lets you go because he knows you're not worth the money that you are going to be commanding in the free agent market, that tells you all you need to know. Okay?
Right.
And if you remember right, Trent Brown, who was a right tackle in San Francisco, went out to be the right tackle in New England, and only because I think Solder, or maybe I think it was Solder, maybe it was whoever was at the left tackle spot, got injured. They threw Trent Brown over there, and he did well. But as you saw last week, Tom Brady, and yes, shame on me for saying his real name. I can't stand the fact that I said his name. That effing bastard that I can't stand. He gets the ball out quick. So that made him look a lot better at left tackle than he did. Okay? So that was a big move by us. It was a good signing if he was worth it, but he hasn't been worth it. So he won't be here next year in my estimation. Now I'm gonna Mustafa, I'm gonna get you out on this.
Okay.
What was the one thing that you really enjoyed about today? What was your one favorite good thing about it?
The one thing, I feel like the young players, by these wins this season, I feel like the leadership level is going above most teams, and I just love it. They're having fun, you can see on the field. Abram hitting, talking his craft. You know, all players are feeling it, and that's what we need.
Okay. I like that the younger, because this is a young team for the most part, that the younger guys are getting a good mix. And I tell you what, when you get a young team that enjoys winning and you start building on that, it makes for a good environment. That's for sure.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey, Mustafa, thank you for coming in, partner. I appreciate the call in.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You got it. You take care.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. That's a Mustafa Razuli. Good to see him in there. Yeah, and see, Danny knows. And, Belichick, sorry, I couldn't resist. Belichick, he knows what the price tags are and what they're worth. And I'm with Thor. I don't need Subway because it sucks, not because of Belichick. But Danny, while I got you in here as well, Danny, one thing I don't like is the fact that Bella aching, and I was using that pun earlier, belly aching about their salary cap. You're the general manager. That's on you. If you're bitching about your salary cap and why you are hamstrung because of your salary cap, I'm sorry, but that's on you, Bill. That's on you. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We're coming up. We're coming up on an hour 45. I'll be here for a little bit. But I need a caller. Dan, if you want to call in, great. Vicky, it's always good. Remember, and keep kind thoughts for Vicky as well. And I thought I saw earlier that Vanessa was getting over some stuff. Make sure you keep kind thoughts for all of the folks that we know need your kind thoughts. 813-699-0834. Who's going to be my last caller? Let's figure it out. Danny, if you want to call in about your Pats, go ahead. I don't think so, Danny. I think that Cam's on a pretty. I think it's on a pretty friendly contract. I think he only gets it if it was beyond. But it's not a bad contract. He's not going to be on your team next year. You guys got to get a quarterback. Oh, appreciate you as well, Mustafa. Okay, Danny, you call in when you can. That's great. Always good hearing from Danny. And I said, Doc Cabral is a Patriots fan. Danny is a Patriots fan. And notice I said Patriots fan because these guys are true fans. It's these fans of the Cheatriots, these kind of fair-weathered fans who couldn't tell you anything about the team prior to some quarterback being their quarterback, and now he's not there anymore. These are fans. These are real fans. These are guys I like. And I'll tell you what, when KC Rob calls, he's a true Chiefs fan, and I will give him his due. He's a Chiefs fan, and I like that because he says things and knows things, and he brings things to the show. And that's what I like, is people that know things and can add things and make this show entertaining for everybody. And he's not an ass. Because we didn't hear from the ass tonight, because I'm telling you, and I was told he was drunk. I'm glad he didn't call in. Now, he can call in another time, but if he's going to be a drunken ass, I don't want to hear it, and I would have got rid of him real quick. Okay, Vicky, you go back and you get some rest. You go get some rest. And again, if you're here, and I want to say thanks again to who was it again? Dwayne T. Dwayne T. Thank you for that super chat bonus. I appreciate that, sir. Again, if you like what you hear or see, give it a thumbs up. Share it though. Share this up. I want to get more people in here because I want to talk with more people, man. I mean, I dig it. I really do. I dig it. I like getting out the word and people knowing what's going on. And I can't wait to do it more often. But if we don't have a call, that's fine. We're at 11:52. It's almost midnight. It's okay. I mean, I tell you what, I'll give it Thune. And good night, Vicky. You take care. Gilmore, I know, and that's one of the reasons why they were shopping Gilmore. $23 million. I'd love to have Stephon Gilmore, but I think he's too expensive. Blessings to Vicky. Blessings to all of our lady Raiderettes. I don't know who Thune is. Thune? I don't know who that is. I don't know about who that is. That's fine. Well, I tell you what, we're coming towards the end of the show, and that's cool. I mean, it's always fun being here. I'll say this again. Thank you for being here tonight. It's great. I'll do 2 shows. Oh, the left tackle. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. 14 million. Hey, it's better than what we're paying Trent Brown, and he's a left tackle. So that's not bad. I want to say thank you for everybody again. Great victory today, but you know what? We need to keep stacking them. Let's get one after the other I tell you what, if we win the next 2, then we're at least 3-0 in the division. But those wins are not guaranteed. They are not going to be given to us. They will need to be won with hard determination. Oso, I'm sorry, brother. Oso, now remember, folks, tomorrow, good to see you there, Oso. Watch the show from the beginning, Oso. I'm putting it up after this. I'll make it available. It'll be on YouTube. Go see it. And again, thank you for being here. Remember, Angela and I will be on tomorrow night, 9 Eastern. Remember, because we're not doing a show on Tuesday. It's election day, and I want to see what's going on, and Angela wants to see what's going on. So we're taking Tuesday off. And gosh darn it, if you haven't voted, get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. It's your responsibility. Make sure you do it. So again, great Raider victory. Yeah! I'm happy when the Raiders win, baby. I'm happy when the Raiders win. And it'll be great for another, keep piling up those victories. So again, thanks again for being here. Get out and vote. If you haven't given it a thumbs up yet, please do. If you like what you see, remember they got that little $sign at the bottom. You can drop some coins there. Thanks again to Dwayne T for doing that. Love the super chat wonderfulness. Love my ladies, Valerie and Vicky. And we'll see everybody up on the next time. So take care. Remember, tomorrow night, over on For Life Our Raider Story, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll see you over there. Then we'll see you over there on Wednesday, same thing. Thursday, I'll be back here on my channel. So we'll see you Thursday as well. Take care, everybody. Yarg.